what is happening inside the body of the animals, such as this pig, or how about this chicken. For this episode of the show, I'm going to share to you how I make 3D model of animal cell. Let's do it! Animal cells are the basic unit of life in organisms in the kingdom Animalia. They are eukaryotic cells, which means that they have a true nucleus and a specialized structures called organelles that carry out different functions. Of course, before we start making this 3D model, we must have all the materials in order for us to start this activity. Our goal for this activity is that we're going to use a recyclable material of our house and just look for things that are no longer useful. We can use it other wholesome activity. So let's hop right into the video.
So the first thing I'm going to do is going to make an outline so that I'll have a straight line while cutting it out. Well, the step 2 is cutting it out, but guys, always remember that we are using a cutter and a scissor, so be careful. So the third step is I'm using this sponge and I'm just going to cut it out and put it on the styrofoam using a glue gun and a stick glue.
So what I'm currently doing, guys, is putting the cytoplasm, and I'm using this green sponge that, I just saw this in our house.
So back to work. So guys, I'm just doing the same thing to the lower part of the styrofoam so that it will be even.
Audio Jungle.
I'm currently done with the first part, which is the cytoplasm, and now let's move on to the nucleus.
What I use in the nucleus is from my nephew's unused toy.
So now we are done with our nucleus and our cytoplasm, and now let us proceed in making our plastic reticulum, and we are going to use our used yarn. Since we already have our endoplasmic reticulum, we're going to put the ribosome for the rough endoplasmic reticulum and the ribosomes all over the cell.
The little green balls that I use as ribosomes is just a decoration in our house that are no longer useful.
Now let's go on with our vacuum.
I recycle used capsule and vacuum, and I use the yarn and change it to color white, the Golgi apparatus, so that it won't look the same as ER.
Last part, the second to the last, is we're going to put the mitochondria. So yeah.
For mitochondria, I just use the buttons that I used to collect because I just love it. And for the last step, it is the cell membrane, and I just use this stuff. I don't know what to call this. Yeah, so this is the final step.
So finally, guys, we are done with our activity, and at this juncture, I'm going to present to you what are these organelles and its functions. So it's just a small presentation, guys. So let's start off with the cell membrane. So this is the cell membrane, and a backstory. This is from my portfolio on my junior high school days. So I think of using it again since I just kind of like how it complemented with the colors inside, or in the inner part? Yes. So the function of the cell membrane is simply it protects the cell. Second one is this ribosomes. This is I just got it from a decoration in our house. So ribosomes, they are tiny organelles that contains RNA and specific proteins within the cytoplasm. They directly involve in the manufacture of proteins by using their RNA and amino acids. This process involves decoding the information contained in mRNA and using amino acids to produce the required proteins. The vacuole, so I use this capsule so that because the vacuole looks like the shape of the vacuole looks like oblong, so I kind of reminded me of the vacuole, so I use this. The vacuole in animal cell is generally small and it helps sequester waste products. And next, we have the lysosomes. Lysosomes, they are like little stomachs moving around the cytoplasm. They break up waste materials and cellular debris. They function as a garbage collector of the cell. Golgi apparatus. It is known as the packaging plant of the cell. The primary function of this organelle is to process and package the macromolecules which would increase proteins and lipids. And in short, it sorts, packages, and distributes the macromolecules. Next one is we have mitochondria or mitochondrion. It contains the DNA which makes them semi-autonomous. It also contains a double membrane with the inner membrane folding to form cristae. It is also known as the powerhouse of the cell. Next is the endoplasmic reticulum. It forms an interconnected network of flattened sacs like some of the other organelles found in eukaryotes. ER is enclosed in a membrane. So we have two ER such as the rough endoplasmic reticulum and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So let us start with the rough. It contains ribosomes. So as you can see, it has this ribosome, the green one. So it is the ribosome, so making it called rough. Involved in the manufacture of various protein in the cell. It's also involved in the production of antibodies, insulin, as well as the transportation of protein in the smooth ER. And next one, we have the smooth ER. It lacks in ribosome. So as you can see, it's just like this with no ribosome, which make it smooth. It is involved in synthesis of lipids and carbohydrates that are used to build the cell membrane. It is also involved in transportation of vesicles, enzyme production in the liver, contraction of muscle cells in the muscle, and synthesis of hormone in the brain cells. To the last is we have the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a gel-like fluid inside the cell. It is a medium for chemical reaction. It provides a platform upon which organelles can operate within the cell. All the functions for cell expansion, growth, and replication are carried out in the cytoplasm of a cell. Within the cytoplasm, materials move by diffusion, a physical process that can work only for short distances. And for the last organelle that we're going to talk about this activity is we have the nucleus, formed by a nuclear membrane around a fluid neoplasm, is a control system of the cell. So we all know that the nucleus is the control system of the cell. So that is it, guys, for my animal cells. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this activity with me. These materials are just around the corner. You can just find it everywhere in the corner of your homes, in our house, because it's just recyclable materials. You don't need to spend too much, or you don't need to spend. It's just you can just find it everywhere, anywhere. So this is it, guys, for this episode of the show C-Cell. And that's it, guys. See you again for the next show. Bye.